voices in my head. I don't know how to cope with this. I'm keeping secrets in my head, or any space you can find. Glad to see that I can help make your life a bit easier. But have you ever thought of how I felt? You need to think about your behavior.
It's Sunday. It's Sunday, boys and girls, and welcome to another edition of Butch On Sports. Simply Butch is here. And as always, thanks for tuning in, boys and girls, on a Sunday, of course. I couldn't get enough of football today here until I came home. And we're going to talk about some things that in sports news, of course, that you can't get enough of on this abbreviated version of Butch On Sports. Okay, I got it out my system here. The Detroit Lions finally received a home game today. And yes, they have not lost a game yet. They're 1-0-1. They beat up on, or got beat up on as well, the Los Angeles Chargers by a final score of 13-10. There was many facets to this particular game, as I will explain. However, let's tell you how the Lions scored. Running back Kieran Johnson caught a 36-yard pass from Matthew Stafford with 4:10 left in the quarter to give, yes, the Detroit Lions a 6-0 lead. Matt Prater missed the point after touchdown. Very rare indeed, but he did it. In the fourth quarter, after San Diego, I'm going to say it now, Los Angeles, or I will say the Chargers, and just alleviate all the other goodies there. At a 10-6 lead. Things got hairy for the Lions, but in the fourth quarter, comeback Matthew Stafford threw a pass to Kenny Golladay, a 31-yard touchdown pass with 7 minutes and 21 seconds remaining to give the Detroit Lions a 13-10 lead. By the way, Golladay finished up with 8 receptions for 117 yards and 1 touchdown. Matt Prater converted the extra point for the 13th point of the Lions there. Now, Kieran Johnson, he finished with 12 carries for 41 yards, caught 2 passes for 47 yards, and produced 88 total yards from scrimmage. But I'm saying this right now here, if the Lions want to be very successful, they're going to have to give Kieran Johnson the ball more. He is deserving of 20 carries or more in a game. Lions are going to have to get it through their big thick skull. They have to balance. They have to balance there. One thing I did not see the Lions do today, but they was very successful when they did it. Throwing down the middle of the field with Kieran Johnson as well as Golladay. Very few times they did that. And when you have the receivers like the Detroit Lions have, Amendola and company, and some pretty good doggone tight ends, you got to use them and be effective in it. Now, I don't know if this is the way they changed up their system, because what they showed in the first game, they don't want to show it in the second game, and they want to think they'd use the element of surprise. If they say yes, that's what they did a pretty good job at it. However, the Lions have to be a little bit more candy and cagey. Defense was pretty doggone solid there. As you saw the score, only 10 points scored, but they were very lucky indeed. Very lucky. A touchdown got called back when it was on the 1 yard line, and gave the ball to the running back. They fumbled the ball. Lions recovered. Another get out of dodge by sundown. And several penalties that were called on the Chargers that called back significant drives saved them from a deadly doggone rear end whooping at home. So the Lions are pretty fortunate today in what they did and how they did it. Matthew Stafford finished 22 of 30 with 245 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He's going to have to do better. And Matt Patricia, he quoted in his opening statement, obvious, we're really proud of the team, proud of the players. I think we went out and worked really hard here today. Well, you know, he's a head coach, and he got to make everybody feel so good. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you one thing, and one thing for sure, he's got to play a better game. He's got to have a better game plan. Kenny Golladay did pretty doggone well indeed today when they featured him. And he may not get featured as much, maybe so, but he had a pretty doggone good day today. Let's hear what he had to say after the game. Maybe a minute worth of this 3-minute conversation that we took with Kenny Golladay, and it was pretty loud.
How tough a day was it just out there against Keenan? I mean, he had his catches. You were with him the whole time. And, just guarding a great player like that.
Oh, man, he's top 5. You know, he's one of the best out of here. Best in the game. We was going back and forth. You know, caught a couple of passes. I made a couple of breakups. You know, we know each other personally. You know, we came out together. So it's a good battle, man. Good feeling battle. We already knew what time it was. I was looking forward to this matchup just as much as he was. You know, after now, I just wish to hope they were the best the rest of this season.
But what matters is what happened at the end. Even though you had the penalties and stuff, you were able to seal the game with the pick in the end zone.
That's what me being a veteran learner. You know, 7 years in, man. You know, PIs and all that stuff don't distract me. You know, I'm going to play ball. I go to the next play and keep playing. And that's what makes me more of a leader in my group. You know, older veteran. You know, penalties don't faze me. I just go out there and play ball and try to do the best I can for this team.
Is that the key in how you play? You got to forget about those penalties and just continue to play the way you play?
Yeah, I got to, because if I don't, if I lose myself, I'm falling the team. You know, I can't do that. So I got to stay on my grind, stay competing, because these boys look up to me, and the boys expect a lot out of me, and I just go out there and try to give them what I got.
Yes, that was Darius Slate. I'm sorry, that wasn't Mr. Golladay. I'll tell you what, Wednesday, we'll use Mr. Galladay's tape after we had him on the game. It was very interesting indeed. But we'll use that Wednesday. Or maybe, just maybe, I'll use it tomorrow night on the game. Maybe. I'm just saying just maybe. Okay. You know, nothing's promised, okay? Lions are, again, 1-0-1. 1-0-1. That's not bad. Some of the other headlines in football. Roethlisberger gets injured. He's going to get examined tonight, and MRI tonight as well, so they'll know by tomorrow what the deal is on him, and will he be able to continue games throughout the season. The Patriots are standing tall with Mr. Brown. For better or for worse, and he had a pretty doggone good game today with the Patriots as they won. We talk about the Patriots. Lamar Jackson had a record-setting day as a runner and as a passer. The Ravens, they just hung on to beat the Cardinals. That was a pretty doggone good game, I might add here, too. Rookie quarterback for the Cardinals did pretty doggone well. But again, Lamar Jackson, 120 yards rushing today. Adam Vinatieri, I don't know what to say, but he has an announcement. He's going to say it tomorrow morning. And he's already told the media there, unlike somebody else that should have did this for the Colts, about his future. He's missed several field goals and extra points, and that's not him. Vinatieri, I know he should be going to the Hall of Fame. Adrian Peterson, he passed Jim Brown as the all-time rushing touchdown list. He's on top of the world. I say Adrian Peterson there. And hey, Peyton for Saints for Life. Peyton, the coach of the New Orleans Saints, he gets a 5-year extension. My oh my. My oh my. That's a lot of goodies there. A lot of goodies. Well, the Red Wings are in camp right now here, boys and girls. They got their roster cut to 53 individuals. That's 30. May I count them? 30 forwards and centers. I think the number total I looked at was 17 defensemen, and the rest are goalies that remain on the team. As that number is going to get lower and lower because they'll come to Detroit on the 17th, which will be on Tuesday, boys and girls, as their first exhibition 109 that they'll be playing throughout this month of September until they get ready to grind it for the regular season hockey. Now, exhibition is not always my cup of tea, but I will go see them on Friday when I think they play the Islanders of New York. I'll try to do that there. But again, Steve Eisenman says all spots are open. So that means you can't give a crappy performance in camp and expect to make the team. Or, should I say, a crappy performance in the beginning of the season because I think hits were going to fall. And I did mention, and I will mention, there's going to be a lot of young kids going to get the opportunity that they may not have received in the past now to get this team on float and on the boat. And they ain't going to be messing around either. And I just tell you that right now. I think the patch-up for the Red Wings will happen sooner than later. I think they know what they need to do. And they need to do it quickly so they can establish some camaraderie with the players who are going to remain and know they're expected to do a certain job and a certain job very, very well in order to stay a Detroit Red Wing. Okay? All righty. The Detroit Pistons, they announced today that Donnie Tyndall has been named the head coach for the Grand Rapids Drive, the team's NBA G League affiliate, with Courtney Alexander, Cam Black, and Jacob Porter rounding out the staff of assistants. Per the policy, terms of their contract was not disclosed. However, Tinsdale takes over to the helm after spending the last season as an assistant coach with the Detroit Drive. And again, the Pistons will be getting ready to have at it with some preseason work and also some camp. And I expect, hopefully, some better things from them, especially at the guard spot. That's going to be a very good fight indeed, and this one that we need. Very hopefully, if we're going to compete in the NBA. And don't be surprised. Don't be surprised, boys and girls, that some trading may happen for the Detroit Pistons. If it's going to make the team better, they're going to probably be all for it because there's going to be some dibbies out there for the Pistons to give away if they can't come to camp in shape, ready to go, and not make a bunch of excuses. I don't think the excuses are going to hold up this year. Not for that at all. Not big. No way. Speaking of excuses, thinking of it, the big picture. How about Michigan State University? How about that team? Arizona came on in there and wiped them up defensively and literally beat their rear end in their own house And I think that's going to be a lot to do. I tell you, that's going to be a lot to do here. I tell you right now, those players are going to catch it rough this week at practice. And although it don't count for the Big Ten standings, somebody from the Pac-12 came in and whooped their rear end. It wasn't a bad whooping indeed. It was a very good defensive game. But again, mistakes being made by Michigan State University that could have been alleviated, but was not. It just tells the tune of what they need to get right before the goodies come. And as usual, the Big Ten will start sooner than later for them. University of Michigan, on the other hand, they'll start Saturday, I think, with the University of Wisconsin at Wisconsin. University of Michigan, that is. Central Michigan doing pretty good as well. They've been whooping some cans. Hey, we'll go over that, too, on Wednesday's show. In the big picture of the Detroit Tigers, I want to say something positive about this team, which is not really a good thing for right now, this team. But I guess they're helping themselves with a rotten finish for the season here. Yes, they have lost a total of 104 games this season. Officially. So it won't be the worst season in town, but it'll be doggone near close. Edwin Jackson allowed 5 runs in 5 innings, and the Tigers took control of the race for the top pick in next June's amateur draft with an 8-2 loss with the Baltimore Orioles on Sunday. Of course, Baltimore already, they lost 100 games as of, I think, Friday. But they ain't lost no more. That takes the series from the Detroit Tigers here. Detroit Tigers won a thrilling game on Saturday night with the Grand Slammer. So, hey, not all that bad. You know, that's going to be a cleaning process too. And I'm very, very, interested in what the Tigers are going to do in the off season. Really, because it's time to have some stability in the way of some health where they can be a more competitive team. I think no one's going to take on what they took on this year. They have taken it on now for 4 years in a row of 90-something plus, over 95 losses in the season. 4 years in a row. I don't think this team can take any more, unless they're planning on selling the team or throwing it out of town by sundown. But this process right here is for the birds. And it's got to get better. Well, Tiger manager Ron Geinheimer is looking at the grand screen. He said, it's a young, tired baseball team that's played a lot of games without much time off. I don't care. Who signed up for this doggone thing, by golly? That's a rotten excuse for a bunch of professionals. We got a few more days before we get a day off, Gardner said. It's not an excuse, but we didn't play well today. We need to be better tomorrow. That's what he said. They need to be better in April. And they wasn't. Again, the Detroit Tigers are on tap to get the first draft pick. And maybe that's what they're trying to do. I don't know. A rotten way to do it at the expense of the fans. Because I look at them seats and they're gutted. And that's not good for your players who want to stay, maybe have to stay. But they got to expect a little bit more, because they know now the fans ain't taking no more stuff. It's football time, and there's some other diversions that people can take and turn this bad boy around where they don't get stuck with the Detroit Tigers the rest of the year. The people who bought season tickets, by golly, eBay, if you just want to go to the game, boys and girls, I bet you go to eBay and score on some great tickets in some great positions in the park for little to no money. But we'll see how the Detroit Tigers fans respond the rest of the season. They're responding. It's very cold indeed. Very cold. Ice cold. I mean frozen to a pulp. I tell you. What can I say? There's not too much I can say. Wednesday, we'll be doing it again for our podcast here on Butch On Sports. I can't wait because it'll be some discussion on some dealings with the Detroit Tigers again. We'll get a gauge on a lot of little things here. Butch On Sports is a presentation of Oh My Darling Productions. As always, you can check out Butch On Sports on Facebook. Yes, I forgot to mention the WWE Clash of Champions is tonight here. But I don't care. I'm not looking at it. I'm going to bed. Hey, on Butch On Sports on Facebook. You can also listen to Butch On Sports on the Game Sports Show at Podbean.com. Okay? I'll be on the game show tomorrow, hopefully at 6:40 to 8 o'clock to talk some sports news and then some. I don't know why, but we'll figure out something. Okay? I know. We'll have some decent attitude adjustments here and some decent conversation there forthwith. You can also hear me on iTunes, boys and girls, or, Apple iTunes, of course. I am out of here till Wednesday afternoon. Again, you can hear me tomorrow on 1400, ESPN 1400, Sault Ste. Marie there. I met some people who covered the Lions from Channel 8 and Channel 10 in Cadillac, Michigan in the Upper Peninsula. And they looked at me like I was a seasoned veteran. I said, guess who I'm talking to? Guess who I represent? Do you really? Bye-bye, boys and girls. Butch On Sports on Wednesday.